Welcome back to tackling the ins and outs of leveraging API marketplaces to execute on innovation. We're now going to be looking at the commercial side of the use of API marketplaces in a capability building exercise to understand what the implications are from a rands and cents perspective. But first, let's set the scene using a somewhat familiar scenario as an analogy to the commercial inner workings of API marketplaces to make it easier to understand those inner workings and how to apply them in real-life situations. Meet Chairman Meow, a vacuum cleaning robot that has just arrived on the retail market. Chairman Meow has two cousins, Prime Minister Woof, whose main competence is mowing the lawn, as well as Vice President Moo, whose main competence is washing the car. Each of these robotic cleaning executives are connected both via broadband, Wi-Fi, and radio frequency. Broadband and Wi-Fi are used for remote control from a management console, and the RF is mainly used to monitor location as well as maintenance when there are issues with broadband or Wi-Fi. If you've done our IoT series, you're probably knowingly nodding with a nice grin on your face. If you haven't done our IoT series, we greatly encourage you to do so. You will not regret it. The management console resides mainly on a mobile app, but can also be accessed via the web. You can ask Chairman Meow to start vacuuming while you're at work, and he can tell you whether he's able to or not. Sometimes he cannot because your kids have locked him in a closet or thrown him in the pool. Kids hardly ever need a good reason to do such things. The cleaning executives have cameras on board that can be used to monitor what they are doing and if they are doing it right. Even robots make mistakes. Vice President Moo might mistake a pot scrubber for a chamois, for example. You might be lucky enough to stop him before he shines your new Mercedes with a scrubber. Alerts are also available to notify the executive's owner if something is terribly wrong. Problems could relate to maintenance issues, operational issues, and so forth. There are a number of scenarios that are built into the robot's analytical models that respond to sensor inputs and then send out notifications and alerts accordingly. Lastly, the executives have onboard battery power storage to enable them to do their jobs without being plugged in. Right, so you decide you want to build automated cleaning and maintenance capability for your home. You see an ad for the robotic cleaning executives on TV, and you decide to go to your nearest big box store to buy them. You've searched online for a possible retail price to no avail, and you'd rather see them and interact with them before committing to anything anyway. You get to the store, you meet the executives, and you decide you'll start with Chairman Meow. The sales assistant gives you the following options. You can take the Whiskas Chairman home with you for free, but you can only use him 10 times within a 12-month period. Anything after that, you have to pay 20 Rand for each use. You have to take out a 3-year contract and agree to minimum usage per year. Option 2 is that you pay a deposit of 5,000, you get 20 free uses annually, and you pay 15 Rand per use after the free uses within a 12-month period. Option 3 is the same conditions as well, except you get extra 10 free uses on top of the ones you get for option 2, and the per use rate after the free uses is further discounted to 10 Rand. There are some bundling options as well in case you want the cousins to hang together. You can get Prime Minister Woof on top of Chairman Meow, so to say. You would only have to up your upfront payment to 15,000 with a per use rate of 12 Rand per use after the free allocated uses. How about you just fully source your automated cleaning capability in full and just get all 3 cousins? The conditions for that bundling option are as listed. So, let's consider some of the logical and practical factors we have to consider for our analogy scenario to make sense. Firstly, we have to define what a single use means. So we've decided that every new cleaning request 3 hours or more away from the last one is considered to be new and has to be charged if free uses are exhausted. This means that vacuuming the house doesn't have to cost you every time you direct the executive to a new room. The executive is also smart enough to invoke his next best action advisor and look for other places within the area that might need vacuuming. Since the executive is connected, the charge is automatically calculated and charged on your credit card for billable usage. You would also have to enter into a credit agreement with the big box store to ensure you don't steal the executive, change your credit card, and find a digitally savvy way to bypass the billing mechanism without consequence. You don't want someone stealing your phone and making a million requests to the executives in your home such that you wake up in the middle of the night, stared down by a bunch of robots looking for some cleaning work to do. So you get a unique digital key through which to validate a request, particularly for remote requests where the device from which the request is made is far away from the location of the robot executive. Your cleaning request is likely to be rejected if your use payments have bounced and your account is in arrears. Depending on what's acceptable in your country, the robot might also be programmed to rip your carpet or attack one of your walls with a sledgehammer if you make a request while your account is in arrears. Ultimately, you want your robotic executive to be a happy member of staff, so it's probably best just to pay the dude. And here we are. We've got our scenario mapped out.